So let's talk about doubt. Doubt is defined as a feeling of fear, uncertainty, or a lack of conviction. Everyone has doubt in their lives, whether it be internal doubt, which you put upon yourself, like thinking you can't do something like this English final, or external doubt, which is put upon you by others. Like someone might think you can't get a job or graduate high school because of their judgment of you. But whether or not you act on that doubt and try to overcome it can greatly affect your life. Doubt is a huge part of my life, and overcoming it has made me the person I am today. Katerina Sherbatskaya from the novel Anna Karenina is faced with doubt all the time. She was raised in the elite society of Russia, and people viewed her as someone that was weak, undetermined, and couldn't handle a lot of work because that's just the way she was raised. Later on in the novel, she marries a guy named Levin and has to move to the countryside with him because he's a farmer. A lot of people doubted that she could handle the work of the farm along with raising Levin's sick brother. She even doubted herself. She was scared of the new change that she had to go through. I mean, she was leaving somewhere she was so familiar with and going to somewhere really new, and I mean, who wouldn't be scared of that? But instead of internalizing that, she rise to the occasion and overcame that doubt. She ended up loving the countryside, and she raised Levin's sick brother back to health. I think I'm like Katerina in a lot of ways because we both are people that are underestimated. We hear the doubt around us and internalize it. Like, for example, when I was applying to Michigan, a lot of people doubted that I could get in because my ACT score wasn't high enough and I wasn't in the top 10, and people just don't perceive me as someone that's really smart. And I actually listened to people and those words that they were saying, and I was questioning whether I should apply or not because I didn't think I could get in. And I had to take a step back and say, what are you even doing? Because you can get in. It'll take a lot of hard work, but in the end it'll all pay off, and it really did. Katerina and I both are people that are underestimated, and instead we internalize doubt, but we overcame that because we're stronger than we look. And just like people were surprised with Katerina and how she ended up loving the countryside, people were surprised that I got into Michigan. And I think it just shows that like a lot of people can internalize doubt, but you can really overcome that and change your outcome. Moira from The Handmaid's Tale is someone that I admire and look up to a lot. She's someone to me that knows exactly who she is and what she wants. She was put in a situation where she could have strayed from her beliefs or her values, but she didn't. Some people think that she did later on in the novel, but I really don't think she did. She may have conformed to the society's rules, but she never strayed from who she was or what she really wanted in life. Unlike Moira, I'm someone who struggles with who I want to be and who I want to be with all the time. I intensely struggled with this 2 years ago. I knew who I was, but there was a part of me that thought that that could be me too. I would look at situations and think, I kind of like that, but I was afraid of it. Instead of accepting who I was, I hid it and doubted myself. Today, I accept that part of me more, but I wish I could have been like Moira, who seems to have no doubt in her life at all. The character Darcy from Pride and Prejudice is a bit of a serious person, and at times I can be like that, but what I really connect with him with is his newfound strength and his ability to put aside other people's doubts and do what ultimately will make him happy. Darcy lives in London in the 18th century, and he is a part of the elite society, and with that society comes a lot of expectations. He was expected to marry someone he didn't love. He fell in love with someone else named Elizabeth, and when people found out, they doubted his judgments. They thought that Elizabeth was of inferior birth rank, and she wasn't a part of the elite society, and her family wasn't sufficient enough in the eyes of Darcy's friends and family. The old version of Darcy would have trusted what the people were saying because they were comments that were coming from people he loved and trusted. But the new version went with his feelings because he knew ultimately this decision would be one that would make him happy, and he had to do what would make him happy. I relate to this newfound strength within Darcy because I trust the people I'm close with, but that doesn't mean I should always listen to them. Sometimes I have to do things for myself because I know ultimately that's what's going to make me happy, even if I have doubts coming from friends and family. Trust me, I know how hard it is to overcome doubt in your life, but the actions you take regarding the doubt will change and shape who you are. It's easier to overcome external doubt because once you surprise people, you know how that feels and you can turn some heads in the process. But sometimes you just don't have the strength to overcome internal doubt, which I think is the hardest to deal with. But if you take a step back and realize how bad you feel, you can change that. You can say to yourself, I need to do this for myself, and you'll feel so much better. Doubt isn't an easy thing, but if it was, we wouldn't have great characters that we can connect with. But sometimes these characters can help you take a stance on overcoming doubt. By taking the step to change your external and internal doubt, you take the step in becoming a new, positive, better you.